This is an NBC News special report. Here's Brian Williams.
States has tested positive for the coronavirus after a top aide of his tested positive herself. This also applies to the First Lady, Melania Trump. Good evening, Brian Williams here with you, and we are coming on the air on the NBC television network in addition to our live continuing coverage all night long on MSNBC. This was becoming suspected as the evening went along. We heard the news about Hope Hicks, longtime aide to this president and this West Wing, testing positive herself and showing at least mild symptoms already of the coronavirus. Hope Hicks in that very tight inner circle around the president. There are few, if any, aides any closer to Donald Trump. Seen here this week walking to the helicopter with, among others, the president's son-in-law and White House aide, right there on the right-hand side of her to her immediate left. The other gentleman in the blue suit, Dan Scavino, the president's social media director. But the big story tonight was when the president said that he and the First Lady were going to begin the quarantine process. That left us with several hours of speculation that he, in fact, was going in for further testing. The Abbott brand rapid test that the president has touted, the device itself has appeared alongside him in the White House Rose Garden, is the first-line test of choice in the Trump West Wing, but it's then common to go deeper with tests that give a better chance of finding a positive result, tests that have fewer false negatives or positives. But we learned literally within the last 5 minutes, the president has indeed tested positive for COVID-19, along with the First Lady. Peter Alexander, a White House correspondent, has been reporting this on his own and has been able to join our coverage. Peter, what can you add?
Well, Brian, this is a striking announcement that we're just now hearing from the president. It became increasingly suspicious over the course of the last several hours. Now more than 4 hours, approaching 4 hours have passed since the president first said that he had been tested, was awaiting the results. And in the meantime, he said he would begin the quarantine process. And I reached out to multiple White House officials, heard very little in response. Obviously, as someone who goes into the White House regularly, we receive the Abbott test, those rapid tests, and you can get the results very quickly. So it became unclear why it would take this long for the White House to get the result. Clearly now we understand that the president has tested positive. To give you a sense of how we got to this place, not just the president, I should note the First Lady as well. We learned a matter of hours ago that one of the president's closest confidants, one of his closest aides, Hope Hicks, had tested positive. We understood she's been traveling with the president on Air Force One multiple times this week. She was with him in Pennsylvania on Saturday. She was with him at the debate in Cleveland on Tuesday, and she traveled with him again on Wednesday to Minnesota. I guess that's just yesterday, for a rally that took place there. As we understand it, it was on when she was there in the evening late yesterday, Wednesday, that she began to feel some symptoms. She was quarantined on Air Force One. She flew back on Air Force One yesterday evening, and then it was this morning that she tested positive. Strikingly, even after, apparently, according to our sources, testing positive this morning, the president continued with his itinerary today. He traveled to a fundraiser at Bedminster, came back to the White House this evening. But notably, when he traveled to Bedminster, Brian, he traveled with a smaller team. Kayleigh McEnany, his press secretary, was not with him, nor were many of the other top advisors who would regularly travel with him. But the White House, nonetheless, this evening had put out its schedule for tomorrow. Effectively, the plan was to go ahead as it had always been. The president tomorrow was scheduled, and at least for the moment, the schedule remains that he's supposed to have a phone call specifically about vulnerable seniors, vulnerable to COVID-19. But clearly right now, there is no more vulnerable senior in America than Donald Trump himself, a 74-year-old man. He was scheduled to be traveling to another one of those rallies tomorrow in Sanford, Florida, just outside of Orlando. And then on Saturday was scheduled to have a pair of rallies in Wisconsin. Over the course of this night, Brian, I've been reaching out to many of the president's family members and aides, and they've been reluctant to say anything, having reached out to Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, who are traveling with the president this week, trying to find out if they had tested positive or if they have been tested or if they are self-quarantined. Reaching out to the chief of staff, Mark Meadows, who is traveling with the president as well. What is striking, given the fact that just 48 hours ago, Brian, the president was traveling to Cleveland and back, he was surrounded by a who's who of White House advisors, top Congress members, Jim Jordan of Ohio, the Republican from Ohio, among others, family members. Eric Trump was there. But, Brian, as we sort of wrap our head around this, this is a striking announcement from the president of the United States, and it comes only a matter of hours after, in that Al Smith dinner, one of these charity dinners that he was participating in, a pre-recorded set of remarks. He said that the end of the pandemic was in sight. Well, clearly the president is dealing with his own battle with this virus right now, Brian.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.